started recording. Hello, welcome to Saturday morning yoga. We'll be moving through some gentle poses and postures, connecting with our breath with each movement. And if you just sit there and breathe, you're still doing yoga. Close your eyes and just drawing your awareness inward. So we'll first start by having a seat. And you can have a seat on a blanket. You can roll the blanket up. And that will help give you a little bit of height here. Letting the knees splay out. This helps to create a nice tall spine. Your hips are a little bit higher than your knees. You can go ahead and close your eyes. Palms can lay down on the lap or palms can flip up, whatever feels good for you this morning. And just feel the natural curve of your spine. Lifting the head up, relaxing the shoulders. Allowing the facial muscles to relax. Maybe creating some space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. Feel the forehead relax, the eyes. And from this state of relaxation, entering the body and noticing how it feels to be in the body at this time. Acknowledging any aches and pains. Without any judgment, just noticing and awareness. Any of the thoughts or to-do, start to gently set those aside and you'll pick them up right after class. Just for the next few moments, the next hour, start to let go of any expectations. And just learning to be fully aware with the body and the mind. And that's why they call yoga a practice. We're always practicing awareness on the mat so that we can carry it on into the world. Bring our hands to heart center and take a moment for gratitude. Bringing in something that you are very grateful for this morning. And if the soil is our gratitude, then we will set our intention, and the intention is our seed. What is it that brought you here to the mat? Beginning with the words, I am. Acknowledging it like it is already here. Setting that intention. I am happy. I am healthy. Anything that resides in you. Plant that seed into the rich soil of gratitude. We'll begin deepening our breath as you inhale. Take a big inhale, fill the belly with air, fill the rib cage. Start to lift the heart and lift the chest as the collarbones expand. And then we'll exhale out of our mouth, sighing everything out. Do that 2 more times, taking a big inhale, filling the belly up, filling the rib cage, feeling that all expanding out all the way up through the chest, lifting the heart up. And then we'll exhale, sigh out of the mouth. So this last one, let it be long and smooth and intentional here. Inhale through the belly, through the rib cage, all the way up through the chest. And let that exhale fully release out of the mouth. Coming back to your natural breath. Then we'll begin adding in some ujjayi breath. There's a slight restriction in the back of the throat. Ujjayi breath is victory, victorious breath. And that breath is long and smooth and almost audible. You can hear it usually. So like you were fogging out a window when you exhale. That same restriction and that same sound you'll still make as you inhale and exhale through the nose. So just try that out. Try to restrict the back of the throat to create a longer, smoother breath in. And then as you are exhaling like you're fogging out a window, you can even open your mouth slightly and then closing it, finishing it out. That same sound, but with the lips closed. So just try that a couple more times. That slight restriction in the back of the throat. And exhaling. Try another big inhale. Slight restriction in the back of the throat, that audible sound. And exhaling. And then we'll go ahead and open up our eyes. We'll come into our hands and knees. And we'll come right actually into child's pose. So knees can splay out. Big toes can come into touch, and you'll draw your hips all the way back towards your heels. Arms will extend forward. Take a nice deep breath in. Fill the back of your lungs still with that ujjayi breath. Another inhale. And exhale. Inhale. We'll draw our hands over to the left. So the left hand will come off of the mat, and the right hand may stay on the mat. So feel that nice long extension through the right side of the body, breathing into that right rib cage as you extend the right fingertips up and out as the right hip pulls back. Feel that dynamic area here with the one arm reaching forward and the other and coming back down. Take another deep breath here. Inhale. And your next inhale, walk both hands to center. Take a breath here. And exhale. Another inhale. And then as you exhale, we'll walk our hands over to the right. So the right hand will extend off of the mat. The left fingertips will stay on, and we're breathing into the left side of the body. Left fingertips extend forward while the left hip pulls back. Forehead can rest on the mat. Breathing into that left side of the body. Another inhale, bringing hands to center, coming back into center here. Take another breath. And on your next inhale, we'll come into our hands and knees. So drawing the knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Nice straight spine here in tabletop. As you inhale, we'll lower the belly. Tailbone will tip up towards the ceiling. Broaden collarbones, gazing forward. As you exhale, start to curl your tailbone. Draw the navel back and in as you curl the spine into an angry cat. So the inhale, you start to tip the tailbone towards the ceiling, creating some space in the belly, broadening your collarbones, gazing up for cow. And then as you exhale, we'll come into our angry cat as the tailbone pushes down towards the floor, curling your spine, pressing into your hands to help you curl that spine a little bit more. Inhaling, tailbone lifts, belly drops, gazing forward. Exhale, curling your spine. Go ahead and do that 2 more rounds on your own. As your inhale begins, then you can start to create that movement. So let every inhale be long and smooth and not moving until you're ready to exhale. And once you exhale, then you can begin moving. So yoga is really more of a breathing practice, and the body just follows. Let the breath guide you. And then when you're ready, we'll come into hands and knees in a straight spine. Take a breath in and exhale. Inhale, we're going to extend our right toes back. So toes can rest on the mat, and we're just going to pedal out that right heel back and forth. And then we're going to go ahead and roll out that right ankle. So start to make some circles with that right ankle, going in one direction. And make sure you go in the other. Good. And then keep that right leg lifted. So really engage in the inner thigh here in that glute. And then we'll inhale our left fingertips up and straight. And so that thumb should be pressing up towards the ceiling. I'm going to do a little dynamic movement here with this. So take a nice big inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to draw our right heel out to the right. So you're going to bring that right leg out. And then the left arm is going to come out to the side, kind of like you're coming into maybe like a Superman pose. Inhale, we'll draw everything back in to center. Exhale, we're going to extend our limbs to the outside. So right leg moves out, left arm moves over to the left. Inhaling, bringing it all up. And then exhale again, drawing all of your limbs out to the side, like you're coming into flying. Pressing really nice into that right arm. Take a breath in. And exhale, we'll draw the hand and the knee down. Just shake the hips out a little bit. Coming into child's pose, we'll flip the palms up towards the ceiling. You know, that may have been hard on the wrists there. Noticing the difference between sides. Notice if anything is feeling different in the body. Just awareness here. Inhale, we'll come back into tabletop. Nice. So straight spine here. And we'll move on to the other side. So the left toes come down on the floor. You straighten out that left leg. And that left heel presses back and forth. And then we're going to raise that left leg. So making sure the hips are still even here. We're going to roll out that left ankle. Left ankle. And we'll roll out, going in the other direction. So what tends to happen is that left hip will want to lift, but see if you can still keep it level, or you may feel like it hangs down. See if you can engage in the navel enough to create some protection in that low back. Move a little bit with my arm. All right, so now we're going to reach that right arm out in front of us. Right thumb is pressing up towards ceiling. Feel that right heel kicking out. That left heel kicking out. Sorry. Take a breath in. And exhale, we're going to open up that right arm and that left leg out. Just noticing how it feels on this side. Inhale as you draw everything into center. Exhale, we're gonna draw that right arm out, left leg comes out. Inhale, coming up to center. One more time, follow your breath. See how long and smooth you can make your breath here. Take another breath. And inhale, we'll bring the hands down and we'll bring the hips back to your heels again in child's pose. Forehead rests down towards mat. You can always keep the knees laid out and open so the belly can rest in between the thighs. See how much breath and extra air you can bring to the back of the body, the back of the lungs. Breathing into the back of your kidneys, your adrenals, just sending some air all through the back body. And we'll take another inhale, coming back into hands and knees. Making sure shoulders and hips are aligned here. We'll first walk our right pinky to the long right side of the mat, the long right edge of the mat. So as you come a little, bring that right arm to that long edge of the mat. We're going to take our left arm and our left fingertips and reach them up towards the ceiling to open up our chest here. As you exhale, I'm going to bring that left arm and left fingertips underneath my right arm like somebody's pulling me to the side to twist the top of my spine. Inhale, you're going to press into that right hand and you're going to lift all the way back up, opening the chest here so the left fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, do that again. Sort of that nice twist like somebody's pulling your left arm underneath your right. And one more time, we're gonna open up big here. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll drop the shoulder, the forehead, the top of the hand, all resting on to the mat. You can keep that right elbow bent up towards the ceiling, or you can extend the right fingertips forward, extending that right arm. Really breathing into the center of the back, right in between the shoulder blades. This is a really nice one for that. Keep breathing. And then your inhale is going to lift you all the way back up. We'll open those left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Take an extra breath. And then we'll inhale, bring the left arm down. And the left fingertips down. Take a breath here. And then when you're ready, we'll walk our left fingertips to the long edge of the mat. Our left hand to the long left side of the mat. We're going to now open up through the right side. So that right arm, I'll look this way. You can see me. So that right arm lifts up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, draw that right arm underneath the left. Inhale is going to lift and pull you all back up. Keep that navel strong as you exhale, twisting the spine. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, again, you'll draw that right arm, right shoulder, right head, right side of the head, and have that left hand on the floor. Left elbow can still be bent, or you can extend the left fingertips if that feels good. Only if it feels good though. Elbow bent is totally fine too. So breathe in between the shoulder blades. One more deep breath. Sending all of that air to the back body. And exhale. Inhale is going to press into that left hand as the right fingertips reach up. Take another breath. Stay open here. And then your next inhale will come back to table. Coming back into child's pose. Forehead rests on the mat. And this time, as you inhale, we'll come up to standing on our knees at the candlestick. Arms reach up. Tilt the hips forward as you draw the hands and head back. Exhale. Draw everything down to the side. We'll do that again. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. This time as you exhale, strong navel, hips come down first, and then coming into child's pose, arms extend. Inhale, and we'll walk the hands forward slightly, drop our hips. Knees and tops of the feet on mat. You're going to broaden the collarbones, keep that navel strong as you come into modified up dog, and you can bend the elbows. Inhale. We'll draw our hips all the way back. And exhale. And do that again. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. So hips tilt forward, hands reach back, head comes back as well. Exhale, everything comes down to the side. Inhaling, arms lift up. Exhale, child's pose. Hips come down, arms extend. Inhale, walking hands forward. And then as you exhale, broaden collarbone, gazing up. Inhale, we'll pull the hips all the way back to child's pose. Inhale, arms lift all the way up overhead. And then exhale, hands come down to the side. Inhale, arms lift, hips tilt forward, arms reach back, head lifts back. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, walking hands forward, dropping hips, let everything exhale here. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, we'll tuck our toes and lift our hips down for downward facing dog. Coming into your best down dog at this time. This is our first one, so feel free to pedal out the heel. So maybe you'll bend the left knee, straightening right leg. And then we'll straightening the left leg, bending into the right knee. Try that again on both sides. Bending into the left knee, straightening the right. And then straightening the left knee and bending into the right. And then we'll come into stillness, into your best down dog. You can keep the knees bent as much as you need to. Pulling the chest back towards your thighs. As you engage the long muscles in the side of the torso. Then we'll walk our hands to the top of the mat and we'll hang in a forward fold. We'll have the feet wider than hip width distance, maybe about as wide as the mat. And really just let the head and neck release, shaking out the head, yes and no. We'll take an inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, standing into feet. Arms come all the way up overhead. We'll tip the hips forward again. Arms reach back. As you exhale, we're going to give our arms some goalpost arms or cactus. Tilt the hips forward as the arms push back, lifting the heart up. Keep breathing here. And inhale to bring everything back up. And exhale, arms come down. Now this may be a point where you want to bring a block, a book, or something just to bring the floor a little bit closer to you as we move into some lunges. So grabbing whatever you need, whatever you have accessible. And we'll come into standing in Tadasana. Mountain pose, feet standing firmly into the mat. Shoulders relaxed, closing the eyes. Settling into the body just like we did in the beginning of class. And now we are standing. Just noticing and observing what it feels to stand in the body at this moment. After moving through a sequence in your practice so far. You're feeling a little bit more spacious. A little bit more relaxed. So keeping feet about hip width distance, we're going to drop the hips back, coming into a chair pose. So dropping hips, bringing your weight into your heels, really push those knees in towards one another. Arms extend. Taking a nice deep breath here. You can go as low as you need to. See if you can go a little bit deeper, a little bit lower into the hips, into that back. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. Inhale, we'll take a halfway lift, kind of like we're in that tabletop. Hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, we'll draw our left knee back first, dropping our left knee onto the floor. Setting up for your lunge here. Again, grabbing anything you need to bring the floor closer. Make sure that knee is directly stacked above the ankle. So you're not hyperextending it by going over. Really sink into that left hip here. Maybe even walking the right foot forward if that feels good. So I want you to feel both sides of your hips heavy here. Even that right hip. Pushing down. And then we'll take an inhale. Arms will reach up overhead. Exhale, we're going to fold over that right knee. Inhaling, windmill the arms all the way up. Exhale over that right knee. Inhale one more time, arms reach up overhead. And then exhale. Good. Take another inhale. And then we'll exhale. We're going to tuck our left toes back up. So lifting that left knee here. So still sinking into the hips. You may need to walk your left foot forward slightly so that your hips are a little bit more square to the mat. And again, you may need those blocks. Take a deep breath in, bending into that knee. And exhale. On your next inhale, try to start to straighten that right knee as that left heel pushes down. So a little bit of a hamstring stretch here. Just breathing into the back of the right knee. Folding the head towards that right knee. And then we'll move a little bit with this in a vinyasa. So you take the inhale, you're gonna bend into that right knee, sink that left knee down. As you exhale, folding over that right knee as that right leg straightens, left heel pushes down towards the ground. Inhale, bend into the knee, come into the lunge here. Sinking that left knee down to the floor. And then we'll straighten that right knee. Do that one more time on your own, taking your time. Again, if you need to make any adjustments like shortening your stance, go ahead and do that. Don't push yourself into anything your body doesn't want from you this morning. And then we'll drop that left knee down. We'll bring that right knee back, coming into child's pose again. Arms extend forward, take a deep breath. Inhale, arms will reach up all the way up overhead as we come into candlestick. Filling up the lungs here. Exhale everything out, drawing back into child's pose. Inhale, walk the hands forward, transition into table as you drop the hips, lowering the hips, broadening collarbones, and gazing up. And exhale here. Take another inhale. And exhale, draw everything back to child's pose. Inhaling, hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back for down dog. Take a breath or two here. Noticing how this one feels. Then the first one, maybe it's easier to get into. Really spread those fingertips out nice and wide as you grip into the mat, engaging the triceps and biceps, wrapping the shoulder blades around the front of the body. And on the bottom of your next exhale, we'll walk our feet to the top of the mat, hanging in your forward fold, and we can be in a wide length stance if you'd like to help with the low back. Head reaches down, shaking the head out, yes and no. Inhale, straightening the legs, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pressing into the feet, arms reach up all the way up overhead, tilting the hips forward as you reach the arms back for a little back bend. Exhale, hands come to the heart center. Take a breath here. And walking the feet back underneath the hips. As you inhale, we're going to sink our hips back, bring our heels back, work our way back into our heels. Arms extend up again, coming back into that chair. Tuck that tailbone in, pulling everything down towards the ground here. Really engage, pressing the knees in towards one another. Make sure you can still see your feet as you come down. Inhale and exhale. See if you can sink a little bit deeper. And on your next exhale, we'll fold forward. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And this time we'll bring our right knee back to the back of the mat. Extending the right toes onto the mat, sinking into that right hip here. Even feeling some good heaviness into that left side. Knees stacked directly above the ankle. Broadening the collarbones as you gaze forward. Just being with this side. And then we'll transition here again, bringing a book or block or toilet paper. Never thought I'd say that, but go ahead and see if you can bring that, that right heel down. You may need to shorten your stance as you straighten into that left leg. Noticing if this side feels a little bit easier. You may need to walk that right foot out slightly to kind of square the hips towards the mat. Breathing into the side, this left side, the back of the knee, wherever you're feeling tension or tightness. As you now inhale, bend into that left knee, sink that right knee down towards the floor. As you exhale, pull the hips back, straightening that left leg as the right heel pushes down towards the floor. Inhale, bend into that left knee, right knee drops. Sink a little bit deeper into this pose. And then as you exhale, straighten left leg. Push hips back. One more time on your own. Just noticing what it feels like to be in the body on this side. Take your time. And then we'll fully drop that right knee down onto the floor. Wow, we almost forgot one thing, my windmill arms. That was, it went right into the hamstring stretch. Arms reach up overhead, sinking into the hips, still here. As you exhale, arms reach forward. Always got to add in this windmill arm. Nice big shoulder stretch here. Arms lift, looking up, still sinking into those hips there. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, inhaling up and exhaling. Good. We'll bring that right knee back to meet the left. Hips come all the way down, arms extend forward. Take a deep breath and exhale. Inhale, coming into hands and knees, straightening the spine, dropping the hips forward into that modified up dog, broadening the collarbones as you exhale a little bit deeper. Take another inhale and exhale, coming into child's pose. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward into child's pose. Inhale into hands and knees. As you exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back for down dog. And this time we'll get ready to walk our feet to the back of the mat. Walking our hands to the back of the mat as you forward fold. Let this be a nice heavy forward fold here. Release the arms and the shoulders. Inhale, straightening the legs for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we'll come all the way up to stand. Arms reach up overhead. Hands come to heart center. Set up for a little tree pose. So coming into wherever you are at the mat, I'll start to face the mat, the camera here. We'll bring our weight into our right foot. We're going to open up that left knee out. We can place our left heel onto the ankle or left bottom foot pressing into the calf. While the calf is still engaged, pressing into the foot. You feel this dynamic pushing into one another with the calf and the foot. That's going to help keep you nice and strong. Base. Zip that navel in. Relax the shoulders as the shoulder blades pull down. Heart is lifting. You can grow your tree. Arms can reach up. You can interlace your fingers and flip your palms up towards the ceiling to feel nice and long. Breathing is the only thing you need to do here. Finding one point in front of you and staring at that. Keeping yourself focused on that one point in front of you. inhale, we'll unwind, shake out the feet here, move the hips side to side. Then we'll actually, if we're going on to the other side, we'll bring our feet out slightly and we'll start making big circles with these hips. Make big circles. Moving around the hip joints again. And then make sure you go in the other direction. Big circles here. And then we'll come back to center. We'll bring our weight into our left foot as the right knee opens up. Do the same thing you did on this side, on the other side. Here, find your steadiness into the posture as the right foot pushes into the left calf and the left calf presses into the foot to give that strong base. Navel zipped in, tailbone heavy, pulling down, arms extend up. Whatever you did on the other side, go ahead and do the same here. One point in front of you, focusing on that. One more deep breath in and exhale. Inhale to unwind, coming out of the pose, rocking from side to side. We're going to get into those hips a little bit more today. So we will take our right knee coming about a 90-degree angle, so that right knee is just, right toes are pushing down towards the ground. Just bring that right knee up. And then bring your hands on your hips to find some more steadiness. Really press into all four corners of your feet into that left foot. Zipping that navel in nice and strong. We're just going to start to externally rotate that right knee. So just to open the right knee up. Just find your circle. How big can your hip open up here? Nice and strong and steady here. And then try, if you open it up now, coming back to center, we'll bring the knee back first and then opening up that way. So whatever direction you're going before, going the other direction. And we'll bring our weight back into both feet. Come back to some steadiness here. And we'll bring our weight into our right foot, nice and strong here as you bend into that left knee. And we're going to make some big circles with that left leg. Nice and strong here. Zip that navel in. Relax the shoulders, relax the facial muscles. And make sure you go in the other direction. And then we'll come back to stillness here. We're going to extend the legs out again, and we're going to come into that circle with the hips. And we'll go in the other direction. Then come to the long edge of your mat, and we'll really extend our legs about a legs width distance, whatever feels comfortable for you. And we'll go ahead and take the toes to the corner edges of the mat. And extend our arms, open up nice and wide. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, we're going to bend into that right knee. Cross the left hand all the way across the body as you draw the left hand onto the left shin. The right fingertips reach up towards the ceiling As you fully exhale, inhale, press into the feet. Arms are going to extend all the way up. Exhale, bending into the left leg, twisting over to the left. Left fingertips reach up towards ceiling. Inhale, presses you up. Exhale, bending knee. Bending right knee, drawing left hand across the body as you twist. Go ahead and move through that a couple more times on your own. Exhale, bending into the knee as you draw the hand across. Fingertips reach up. Inhaling, extend. Exhaling to twist. Go ahead and do one more on each side. Following your breath. Not following your body. Let the body follow the breath. Arms expand out as you exhale. Draw your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. So if you have that feels good for you, you can be there, or you can even just draw your hands behind your back. Take a nice big inhale, arms lift, head lifts back. As you exhale, bend into your knees, forward fold. As the arms come to follow, just breathe here. Coming into a deeper forward fold, hopefully the deepest forward fold we've had. Inhale, press into the feet, arms lift, coming back. And just closing your eyes. Legs can still be extended out. Closing the eyes, shoulders heavy, face relaxed. We'll walk our feet back to the center. Coming to the top of our mat. So you may need a blanket for this, or you can keep your heels off of the ground. But if you do have a blanket, you might want to roll that blanket up, and you're going to press your heels. Just bring your heels onto the mat, and the toes and the ball mounts of the feet are off of the mat. So bring your legs a little bit wider than your hips here. Toes can open up here. We're going to come into a yoga squat. So if you know your heels don't come onto the ground, then you want to grab a blanket. Or you can even grab a block or something to sit on. We're going to take a nice big inhale, arms lift up overhead. As you exhale, bend to the knees, forward fold first. Inhale, straightening the spine. And then now as you exhale, just drop the hips down. Coming into a big, nice yoga squat. If it feels good, you can press your arms into your inner thighs here to open up the hips a little bit more. If your heels do touch the ground, you can bring your hands into heart center together as you bring the elbows in your thighs to open up, lifting your heart, lifting your chest. Deep breaths. And then we'll come down to our seat, rolling onto our back, rocking from side to side on our back here. We're going to extend both legs up, so kind of like you're at your tabletop with the legs here. Navel's pushing down into the ground. Take a nice deep breath in. Press your hands into the floor. Press your shoulder blades into the mat. exhale. Take another inhale. And then exhale, we're going to draw that right leg down to the ground, keeping it a few inches off of the ground. And now lift the head, lift the shoulders up, and look at the toes. Take another breath here. Pressing the hands into the floor, navel strong. Inhale, bring everything back up, resting the head. Take a deep breath in. Another inhale. Pressing your hands into the floor. As you exhale, go ahead and lift the head, lift the shoulders as that left leg extends forward, taking a gaze at your big toe. Dropping that left leg as far down as it can go, lifting the shoulders up as far as it can go. Inhale, lifting the left leg as the head and the shoulders, everything rests down. Bring your knees into chest, give it a good squeeze again. Arms extend to the side. Go ahead and drop your knees over to the left, look over the right shoulder. It's a nice gentle twist here. Inhaling, we'll bring our knees into center. Exhale as you draw the knees over to the left, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, knees come back to center, and feet come down to the mat. Arms can rest to the side, knees are bent, legs are bent. Take an inhale. As you inhale, press into your feet, press into your hips. Arms will come to follow back behind you as we come into a bridge. And then as you exhale, nice and slow, bring vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down, bringing your spine and letting your tailbone be the last to come down with your hand. Inhale, hips lift, arms reach up overhead. Exhaling, everything comes down. Go ahead and do that 2 more times on your own, really pressing into the feet, engaging in those inner thighs. Push them together, lifting the hips, arms reach up and back. One more time. Then we'll bring the feet out to the long edge of the mat. Bring the knees into touch if that feels good, or you can just leave the knees open. Resting your hands on your navel. Just breathe into that belly. Every inhale, feel the hands expand out. And every exhale, feel the navel drawing back and in. We'll bring knees into chest. One more squeeze. And do whatever you need now. You can maybe rock from side to side. You can go into happy baby pose if you want to bend into the knees. Feet up towards the ceiling. And you can grab onto the big toes, the sides of the ankles, the sides of the feet. Whatever feels good. Tailbone heavy. Maybe you want to roll the spine up and down the spine here. Whatever you need to do to come back into stillness, we'll set up for corpse pose, Shavasana. And in Shavasana, you can bring a pillow, a blanket underneath your head. You can bring a pillow underneath your knees if that feels good. Whatever is going to get you into a state of stillness and relaxation. So letting any of the animals kind of out of the way, hopefully, so they will not come and disturb you as you are resting. So find your place, laying on the mat. There's nowhere to go and nothing to do but be here in the body. Shavasana is a very important piece of your yoga practice, as it allows all of the integration to begin happening in the body and the mind, creating some memory, clearing out some space for the nervous system, for the cells in your body. You spent an hour sending oxygen to all of your muscles, which only creates more expandedness, more spaciousness. So just rest comfortably for the next few moments. I will keep track of the time. And trusting there's nowhere to go and nothing to do. Just practice being here, accepting all that is, grateful for all that is. Gently begin to bring your awareness back into the room, deepening your breath, wiggling your fingers and your toes, waking the body back up. We'll roll onto one side when we're ready. Taking a breath there, using your elbow as a headrest. And when you are ready, come back into your seat, grabbing a little height if that feels good, or just having a seat. Coming back to that place where we first began our practice. Noticing what's been created, what's been lifted, and what's been cleared away. Hopefully in your practice, you've created one more piece of awareness to bring with you off of the mat and into the day. And bring our hands to heart center and send in that gratitude once more. And especially having gratitude for you, for sharing the space, for having the courage and the determination to show up for you in your practice. Check back in with that intention, beginning with the words I am confident and is also in the process of happening. Thank you for being here this morning with me. You enjoy the rest of your weekend and your day. Namaste. Thank you for being here. So, thank you all for joining me in yoga today. Hope the practice went really well for you and you're feeling better. I do teach yoga at Natural Healing Centers every Saturday at 10 a.m. So feel free to give us a call, check out our website. We have a lot of great classes and great opportunities for you to just strengthen your practice. I also teach chair yoga on Wednesdays at 4:30. So if you feel you know anybody who could benefit from chair yoga, it's a little bit more modified, but we still definitely get into the body. Please give us a call. Also, I am doing private yoga sessions. So one-on-one sessions we can do through Zoom, and that will be whatever you need to support your practice. We can create a nice little self-practice for you, 20-minute self-practice. We can practice on some pranayama, breath work, or if you're even interested in chanting. I've been doing a little chanting lately, so you can we can practice that as well. I would love to meet with you in the near future and hope to see you all soon. Thank you.